How far we've came. Like, this young core, man, is going to be very exciting this year. I mean, they may not win a ton of games, but last night was a perfect example.
I see the future.
It's clear.
I have no doubts.
It's clear as day.
That is what hope looks like for a fan base.
Isn't it funny when coaches talk about something and the players actually do it?
Ivey and Duren had a hell of a debut.
Absolutely.
It's that simple.
Yep.
We got a lot to talk about with the Pistons, but
I'll give you some perspective.
I want to know in person. Give me the atmosphere, LCA.
I'll start with the atmosphere. I mean, I get Red Wings games, especially for opening day. They're packed. Mike Gentry knows all about that. Last year for opening day for the Pistons, it was packed, but this year it just felt different. The atmosphere, it really did feel like a playoff atmosphere. You had fans singing together when Jalen Suggs was fouled out, saying, telling them goodbye, waving them goodbye. It just felt like everybody kind of knew already. Like, this young core, man, is going to be very exciting this year. I mean, they may not win a ton of games, but last night was a perfect example. You got to see Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren, and Jalen Duren. I mean, it's crazy to see these guys on TV, but to go in person and see, number one, Jaden Ivey's speed. I mean, the guy is so fast. It's unbelievable. And now you kind of understand why that was the narrative about him coming out. But honestly, get to watch an opening day win. First time it's happened since 2019. October 23rd, 2019, the Pistons beat the Pacers 119-110. That was the last time they won the opener. And guess what? Andre Drummond, 32-23. And look at how different the roster is. Now you win an opening night 2 years later, 3 years later, and it's a completely different roster. The starting lineup at the time was Drummond, Snell, Bruce Brown, Markieff Morris, and Reggie Jackson. How far we've came.
Here's where I want to start with. Jalen Duren, Jaden Ivey, Bogdanovich, everybody played well last night. I want to start with the fans. LCA was packed.
It was nuts.
LCA was pretty damn low. And you saw an atmosphere of hope. It wasn't that they won. That was nice. That was good to see.
Right.
But Jaden Ivey looked every bit of what you thought you were getting at number 5. Jalen Duren, nice surprise. Bogdanovich, a nice year rental. But still,
the Pistons are going to get a first for him. I'm telling you. But a contender's going to be calling up in about a couple months.
You see what happens when you put out a product people can get behind? Honestly,
no, you're right.
I'm just saying.
Competitive product.
That is so important. Yeah. Was the win nice last night? It absolutely was. I'm sure everybody downtown was loving it. I was loving it at home. But Cade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart all have taken a pretty damn good step in their development. Sadiq Bey struggled and you still won. You still put up over 100 points. Mm-hmm. Bogdanovich, 22 points. Ivey, 19 in his debut. The 4th most points ever by a Detroit Pistons rookie in their debut. I mean,
Adam, I'm telling you, your take about him, it's him, and Paulo's that guy.
Paulo,
but
my God.
Jaden Ivey's right
we'll
there,
get to him, but that's all Detroit's asking for.
That's all it is.
You think I sit up here and ask for a Super Bowl? An NFC championship appearance? A playoff win? So we'll win the division. We can start there. Right. That'd be nice. Then the playoff win, and everything else comes into play. But honest to God, man. So you watched the game last night. I see the future.
Mm-hmm. It's clear.
I have no doubts.
It's clear as day. And
I have no doubts that they can't replicate what Boston has created with their young core. We drew comparisons, Jalen Duren, Robert Williams, how if Duren could give you 70% of what Robert Williams gives you defensively, but gives you much more offensively, he would be a phenomenal player in this league. 14-11, my goodness, last night, what a debut. He played the whole 4th quarter. Beef Stew was on the bench.
I noticed that. I'm telling you, even though I still believe it's going to be a Beef Stew and Duren front court, I noticed that. I mean, they trusted the rookie to close the game for them. And even on top of that, I mean, the narrative behind this win, this is why it's so important. It's not it's not about a win itself. The Magic are often compared to the Pistons right now with their current young core. They're at a similar stage. And to go out where you win at home, and now you get to go to the Mecca in a couple days, believe tomorrow, and you had no Bagley, no Burks, and no Livers, and they score 60 in the first half. I mean, don't get me wrong. It started off ugly. A lot of people were a little, frightened in the crowd. I think they went on a 19-0 run, the Magic, and then boom, Pistons score 40 in the second. Like again, that's the two young teams. You're going to have those ups and downs, but they responded, and I loved it. It's that narrative that Dwayne Casey talked about. They want to be competitive, and it's not just talking about it. See, it's different isn't it funny when coaches talk about something and the players actually do it? That's what we're seeing with the Pistons. They want to be competitive. Players are being competitive. Now, you're going to see nights where it might be the opposite, but opening night, they delivered, and it was awesome to see, man. The crowd loved it.
The crowd loved it. Twitter loved it. Social media loved it. Everybody loved it. Why? Because you could convince me that is a winning product in a few years.
Right.
Why is everybody up in arms? And you know what? You want to blame me, be my guest. Why is everybody, including myself, up in arms about Dan Campbell? Oh, Adam, it's only year 2. You knew it was a clear rebuild. Adam, why? Why are you doing this? Do you see success with that? I don't. But hey, you know what? We'll get to that at a later time in the show. But I'm just saying, the point I'm trying to make to at least start the show today is that is what hope looks like for a fan base. That is what a future looks like for a basketball franchise, a NFL franchise, whatever it may be. That is what it looks like. And Jaden Ivey, you touched on it earlier.
Jeez.
I think he'll be the best player coming out of this draft. Ben Carroll, the first rookie to debut with 25, 5, and 5 since LeBron.
He's a different animal.
That was something. He was unguardable last night. He really was.
Yeah.
He was a problem. Did anybody else notice Corey Joseph looked like a guy that plays in the rec league on Thursdays that has like no business but shows up in like arm sweatbands, whatever the hell you call them?
Yeah.
The full jersey concept.
Yeah.
Like that's what he looked like. He looked like an Oompa Loompa on the court.
I know. I saw your tweet. I was with Mike Gentry. He looked at Corey and he goes, "Hey Jeff, isn't it crazy that Corey Joseph looks like someone you see at like LA Fitness?
Yes.
He looks like an LA Fitness hooper. But he's out there. He's getting minutes, specifically, I think, personally, because Burks and those guys are out. But still, it was nice to see everybody. Again, appreciate all the people that showed me love, went to the game. A lot of people recognize me from either this show or from Half Court. So
awesome.
Appreciate you all. It was awesome, man. It was a very humbling experience, but couldn't have went any other way. It was a perfect day yesterday, man. Got to see a lot of things. Jaden Ivey plays well, Duren plays well, and you win.
For all the crap
Cade shoots well. I thought I was supposed to be worried about Cade. I thought we were supposed to be worried about Cade. What happened with that?
Mr. Almost double-double.
Come on, guys.
Cade in the fourth quarter, by the way, late third, and really the entire fourth quarter. I know he missed a few shots at the end, but that was prime Cade down the stretch last season. A guy who could get to the basket at will.
Yep.
Pull up from mid-range, get to the foul line. I mean, you saw what you needed to see. Not worried about Cade at all. 9 assists, I believe. What's up, Fish?
All right, so we're one game in. How many wins are we going to get?
Don't you dare.
What'd you say, Fish?
How many wins are we going to get?
Oh, it's still the same.
Okay.
It ain't changing. I picked this game before the season to win.
Okay.
Like I said, I think they could beat the Magic.
What do you mean don't? I got people tweeting at me telling me 55 wins. What am I supposed to do?
Fish, shut the hell up.
Some guy wanted me to bet him.
Fish, shut the hell up. Let me explain something to you.
Okay, explain. Go.
Okay?
Yep.
In the NFL, there are only 17 games.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means? That means week to week, it is logical to actually make a prediction on the game.
Okay.
To sit here over an 82-game schedule and make comments, or, they will win this game, they won't win that game, they'll win this game, is a waste of time, and I would never do it, and it's the stupidest thing ever. It's
Right.
the most stupid thing ever.
I didn't say pick the games.
Shut the hell up. Having said that, just because the Pistons won last night doesn't mean that the entire fan base is up over rails saying they're going to win 52 games. Relax.
I got 10 comments at least
Fish,
saying
shut the hell up. You look at
41,
Twitter too much.
55.
You're on Twitter too much. Shut the hell up.
You know what's funny, Fish? To your point, I was walking out of the arena and I heard playoffs, baby. And I'm sitting there. I thought of Fish immediately.
Look, I don't mind.
Some dumbass said 82.
Shut the hell up. I don't mind a fan being excited about their team when the team gives them a reason to be excited.
That's a good point.
Would you not be excited if you were downtown last night watching Jaden Ivey look every bit of the number 5 overall pick, if anything better than that? Did you not love to see Jalen Duren get a double-double in his NBA debut? There are a lot of things that happened last night where I, as someone who talks about sports, along with this beautiful gentleman,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, by the way. There are a lot of things you just leave alone. You don't take them seriously. You enjoy the moment. Enjoy last night. They only make their NBA debuts once.
Yep.
Ivey and Duren had a hell of a debut.
Absolutely.
It's that simple.
Yep. Just know when they lose 5 in a row, you're going to hear it. Oh, Adam, the team sucks. Oh, Cade, go to the G League.
It's
Oh,
not the
Ivy,
NFL,
go to the
buddy.
G League.
You lose 5 games in a row in the NFL, somebody's getting their head chopped off.
Yeah.
In the NBA, it's an 82-game season.
I know.
There's no knee-jerk reacting outside of maybe a 30-40% of a fan base. It's normal. It's not something that aggravates me.
The Nuggets just lost by 20 to the Jazz.
Yep.
A team that's probably tanking for Vic. So, I mean, like you said, Adam, it's...
You heard it in the preseason, though, and that's only like 4 games.
Even if the Pistons lost yesterday, Fish, and it was competitive, I think we'd still be coming in here talking about, like, wow, the rookies looked really good. We'd have a lot of good things to say.
I would hope so.
It's just a little sprinkle on top that they won.
It is.
Beat the Magic.